Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel. We're going to go through a lot of things. Eriksen's comments after the game at FC20, Berrada's comments about winning the league, even Solskjaer's in the news. But first of all, I'm going to start with after that game, Wednesday night, Webby. Eriksen come out with, me and Kieron discussed it, the words out of his mouth was, FC20 had more desire. What did you make of that?
Like the performance, Tony, it was poor. I don't wear that from a United player. The other team's got more desire. Don't get me wrong, they've not been in Europe for so many years and they couldn't have Old Trafford to play United. But I want every Manchester United player to have more desire than the opposition. I don't wear that from anyone, whether you've come on for 5 minutes or you played the full game. Pulling that shirt on for Manchester United Football Club is the desire you want. End of story. Battling 100%. And they're going to come and have a go, too, because it's Man United.
Yeah.
It's Old Trafford. They probably never play it again. If we come out to say that, it's disheartening for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've got no given right to win any game, mine Wednesday night. But for them to say that, they've got more desire. That means telling them that they wanted it more. Me and you give our right arm to play on there for 2 minutes, 2 seconds. I don't wear that. Disappointed. Thought he had a good game. Great goal. I thought he had a good game. And deservedly being in the team at the moment, because he was the one who was the odd man out, wasn't he? We thought, when we picked our midfield three or whatever it is, he wasn't in the equation. But listen, he's done well and rightly did so. But I don't wear any of that, so not at all.
I look at the word desire, but Webby, it's a European night. It's at Old Trafford, under the lights. Listen, we were bottom of the table in the Champions League last year. I would have thought the desire would have been there, would have been instilled with them. So whose fault is it, Webby? Is it the players? Is it the manager not getting them up for it? It was a European night at Old Trafford, Webby.
Well, look at our last 9 games in Europe. We've won 1.
Yeah.
And the one we won, the other team missed a penalty in the last minute. Copenhagen here, and Arne saved it for Larsson's son.
That's true, yeah.
The record in Europe's terrible. You remember years ago us playing here and was winning every game, and I think we got beat by Fenerbahce 1-0 or something in the early 90s, and the record had gone for so many years unbeaten. People aren't scared of coming here now. We've got to get that back, not just in Europe, but in the league. But, it's disappointed. I'm still disappointed from the other night. Got to get it out of our system. We've got an hard game on Sunday against a decent team. See, they won 3-0 last night and Man sent off early doors and won the game. So, no, I'm just disappointed at the moment. So, who can we blame? The manager picks a team, but once they cross that line, it's down to them.
Yeah.
He can scream and shout and ball on the sidelines, but he's picking a team. So, they're all to blame in my eyes. Manchester United, put a bit of effort, a bit of passion in.
Yeah, you mentioned the league there, Webby. Bit of news what come out. Omar Berrada, he told the staff, in 2028, Webby, we are going to win the league. That's what he's told the staff. And it actually coincides with United's 150th anniversary. So, 2028, any good to you? Or do you think we'll win it before?
I'll take that now. I'll say that right now. So 2020.
I think we all would, yeah.
No, listen. He knows what he's doing on the running the side of the club, that side. But like I say, I'd bite his hands off now. Statement of intent for me. All the staff have been sold. Obviously, it's down to the fans. We've got a hell of a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
To even be fighting for the league.
Yeah.
Mind winning it. But if he thinks that, I'll take that all day long.
But Berrada must see the problems ahead and what he's having to deal with, Webby. There's no quick fix here. I think that's what he's trying. I think that's the message I take from it, that there's no quick fix here and we're hoping to win the league, because I think it's always hope when you give a prediction like we're going to win the league in 2020.
Nothing like pressure, is there?
No, there's
even
nothing like pressure.
It's 4 years away.
Yeah.
Listen, so... there's some games there, like you take the cup final last year, no one gave us a chance.
No.
A lot of Reds who went down there didn't think we had a chance. But hey, listen, we won it and deservedly so.
Yeah.
But you got to do that every week if you want to win this league. You can afford to lose probably 3 matches now, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got to be up against.
Got to achieve that.
That
level of football we've got to achieve, and it's going to be hard. But are you happy having to wait till 2028, do you see that there's problems, right? And that you've got to say, hey, my expectations, I'm holding back here, and 2028, that's fine with me.
I'm always happy to.
Yeah?
I'm always happy. No, listen, so, like I say, it's a statement of intent, you know, let's have it right. Asking a United fan in the current situation, would you take that? They'd bite your hands off.
Yeah.
You know, there's a hell of a lot of work to be done before that. Got to build a new stadium.
Yeah.
You know, so let's see what happens, you know. But he said that, you know, he's put his head on the block.
Yeah.
Before we know it, it'll be 2027 and we could be anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, no bold statement. Like you said, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, there's a hell of a lot of work to go on there behind the scenes because it was a mess, an absolute mess with the last regime. You know, the football people have been put in place, and it's going to take time. You know, we've got to get the right people in, the right people out, but bold statement. But I hope he's right, so if he's right, he can do my lot.
Yeah, well, I'm more comfortable with listening to Berrada because he knows what's needed behind the scenes than listening to Sir Jim Ratcliffe saying, we'll be back and we'll have it in 3 years. So for me, Berrada, he understands the problem.
I'm glad he's saying it and not Woodward. You know what I mean? If he said 2028, jump off the top of the hotel.
Yeah, true. True. Now, another one what's came up, Webby, since...
the games this so, isn't it? It's good, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is good. But, you know, it's predictions, yes. What people say, it's what they want. I don't think Berrada's actually saying this to appease the fans. I think it's actually something he believes in because he understands the structure of where he's come from. Fantastic structure, winning everything. He's come here and he thinks this is going to take a few years. So that's how I look at it. Looking at some other news come back that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Webby, he was asked, would you go back to be a manager at Manchester United? Nice, simple question. Next thing you know, it's everywhere, Webby. But would you have Ole back?
No. Don't get me wrong. He come in and did that job, the unbeaten games. You know, it didn't work out for him.
No.
One of those things, you know, he'll always be a legend in my eyes for what he did in Barcelona, and not just that, other games as well. No, I just think that, to me personally, once he was the caretaker manager and he got that run, you know, I would have moved him upstairs in the football, give him a nice little cup of tea, you know, moved him upstairs. I just think it wasn't right, you know, and that's no disrespect to Ole. You know, before that, he'd managed Cardiff and struggled there, done a great job at Mulder, but Mulder's a different slice of cake than the Premier League. Yeah. No, he's not going to say no, is he? It's like, if he asked me or you, we're going to say, yeah, we'll have a bit of that. No, I just think that Ole's been out of the game now a bit and he's enjoying his life on his fishing farm and he's doing a lot of work for UEFA. Yeah. You know, but he's not going to say no. Come on to any TV or meeting and someone has said to him, listen, if there's a chance you go back to Old Trafford, would you? He's going to say yeah.
It shows you, though, how the media just use anything to go at United. I mean, I look at it this way. It's being used to have a go at Erik ten Hag and put the pressure on him. You know, it's the agenda they're setting, and they're not letting go, Webby. No. So when that question come, the inevitable media frenzy came out. I just think it's laughable, Webby, the way they keep going at it, because I do believe that if we win the next few games, the pressure goes, the media goes away. But it's pathetic, really, how they keep attacking Erik ten Hag with a question like that.
Tony, if you was in charge of Manchester United Football Club, to attack you, it's the biggest club in the world. You know, years ago, you go into a paper shop and you'd see something on the back of a paper with United, you'd buy it. Yes. And it could be saying, that's United have got a new pie out.
Yeah.
You know, just because you see the badge.
Yeah.
So it's all about clicks and all that. And a lot of these journalists make their living on that club across the road.
Yeah.
So they're going to cause and stirs. And if Manchester United manager, say Ten Hag, loses a few games, the pressure's on.
Yeah.
You know, any other club, it's not as bad. You look at Chelsea the other year, and when they was going through a bad thing, you know, you never seen any on Pochettino.
No.
You know, but it's Man United, so they make the living on it, and it'll never go away. So unfortunately, whoever the manager is.
And really, with you saying that, it'll never go away. Fans have to understand that, but it's difficult in this, the way everyone is just at the seconds away from a click with a button, Webby. Yep. So fans really have to understand that that's the media's job.
Different type of fans now, so from when we were going. You know, we used to go with our rattles and all that and everything. It's different kind of fans now. You know, they see something, they'll click on it. they'll believe something what someone said when we know it's rubbish.
Yeah, yeah.
They just believe, you know, and
It's not just United.
no, fans in general. Fans in general see something on their team, click on it, yeah. I've heard this rumour about him, we're getting him, he's going to leave. It's different kinds of fans now, you know.
Yeah.
And different type of owners years ago.
Different
you
type
look at
of media.
you look at Fergie and they say, oh, he's one game away from getting a sack at Forest, you know what I mean? We got beat by Palace here the week before.
Yeah.
You know, there's no you've got a bit of time then now, they panic.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the fans click a button, the fans would join this group to get the managers out.
Demand this, demand that.
Yeah. It's the way of life, so unfortunately now.
Yeah, well, a way of life here at Manchester United at the moment, Webby, you mentioned it the other day, to be honest with you, the 20 conversation we had, and you was like really going at it about the problem at United, and it's not the chances we're creating, right? It's putting them away, Webby. Now, Ten Hag came out this week, and he admitted that the problem is not scoring, but he also said, but we're creating the chances. So, you know, it's a matter of time before we will put these chances away, Webby. That's what he's saying. Do you agree with him, Webby? It's a matter of time? Or is it just poor what's going on out there?
I'd be more concerned if he wasn't creating the chances.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you want to see him put away. You're not going to score every shot you have. But some of the chances, big chances we've missed this year, and then if we would put them away, who knows where we'd be in the league, but we haven't, so there's no point crying over it. But, you know, I look at the lads up front there. Can they handle the pressure? Are they trying too hard? You know, I just can't put my foot. I'd be more, like I said again, I'd be more concerned if he wasn't creating anything. That's a worry. You know, I remember Van Gaal here, remember the Fulham game when we drew Sewell? Yeah. We had 89 million crosses, but we only scored 2, Louis, and we drew the game against the poor Fulham team. No, we're creating, let's have it right, you know, I know it was against Barnes, we've put 7 in against them, you know, but they're coming up against better defenders, better goalkeepers, better teams in general all round, you know, and I think sometimes these young lads, once they miss one chance, they get a bit nervous, you know, they're snatching at things. But let's hope he's right, let's hope it starts on Sunday, they start putting them away. But like saying, will it come, have they got time, you know, each time these 2 lads don't score, there's pressure on them. You know, one will start, one will be sub, he'll come on, he won't do anything, will he score goals? You know, it's Manchester United, so, you know, the pressure's always going to be on, but hopefully it starts Sunday, mate.
Well, when you talk about chances and that, and looking forward to the Sunday game and that, you know, Bruno, when he gets, like, chances, he'll put a couple of them away, Webby. But you look at Bruno now, when he shoots, he's not even hitting the target, Webby. Erik Ten Hag did say he will come back to form. He knows he's out of form, but he's a class player, and he will be there for Erik Ten Hag, and he will be on the pitch, and he will come back to form. That's how he describes him. But it's a worry because Bruno's not even hitting the target, Webby. He's got to start soon.
Yeah, he's been poor. But the other night, I didn't get on the fact that when we made the substitutions, he put him out on the right wing.
Again.
You know, I just don't work out. You know, I'm not the greatest fan of Anthony's. You know, I'm not going to slag him off. It's just not worked out for him at the moment. But surely you go like for like. You know, you take a winger off, you'll bring a winger on. You know, and Bruno, I think once Bruno gets one goal, he'll get another goal, But for me, it's got to be more into the game. He's got to be more involved in that number 10. You know, it's a big position, not just United, for any team. You know, for me, gives the ball away too much recently. You know, little stupid passes. But listen, what he's done for the club since he come in that January against Wolves on his debut many years back. Yeah. You know, he's been great for us. You know, players do.
Scored great goals, Webby.
Scored great and very important goals for us.
Yeah.
You know, so is the captaincy holding it a burden for him? I don't think it is. Just let him play his natural game. You know, I honestly think so, personally. The manager doesn't know his best team. You know, under Fergie, under Fergie, you could, if no one was injured, you could pick 10 out of the 11 starting every week from the squad. You know, he'd throw the little change in later, leave Giggs out and put Blomqvist in. Yeah. You know, and all that, he'd move stuff around. But now, you don't know what team he's going to pick. You know, I don't agree with when he's making substitutions of defenders. If they're not injured, keep them on. You know, you don't know who his centre... You could tell me now who his centre-half pairing is going to be for Sunday. You know, we all think it's going to be Dillett and Martinez. But you won't surprise if Maguire's in there. You don't know. We know who the fullback's going to be because we've only got 2 at the club.
Yeah.
That's a knocking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then you'd look at the midfield, right? And he fancies Mason Mount. But will he have him in there? He bought him 65 million. He started him at the start of the season, got injured. Will he bring him in? Like you say, I agree. I do believe, and I think Kieron is the same, that he doesn't know his best 11. There's players out there injured. There's players not used to the team yet. You know, you look at who Guy he's just got here. Everyone's hoping he is the player what's been bought and that he will be an enforcer and that he will take over that Casemiro role because clearly Casemiro is not up to it now. So I do agree. He doesn't know his best side. Got to turn it round. Now you look at the forwards there. Bought Højlund, bought Xerxes. And the big problem, scoring goals. Which one of them? Is he going to start on Sunday, Webby?
I've not got a clue. So I'll be truthful. I think he'll go for Xerxes. That's just my opinion. I think he'll go for him.
Good player though, Webby.
Yeah, it needs a goal. You know, scored that goal against Fulham. Needs a goal. And like with Rashford, what we said the other week, confidence, when this goal scored as centre-forward score goal, breeds confidence. They can't wait for the next game. You know, that's what shocked me, how Marcus was rested at Palace. He just scored 3 goals in 2 games after not scored for ages. You know, it was a strange one, but they both need goals, so they both, and he's not going to play in both. Someone needs to hit the ground running on Sunday and get a goal or 2, you know, and it'll breed confidence for him. But see what happens?
Do you see? I just want to touch on this. Do you see Rashford starting in front of Garnacho?
See, I would personally, on Sunday, start Rashford. You know, I'm saying again, I was shocked he was dropped at Palace. It was only when I found out he said he'd rested him. And I'm thinking, he's not resting him or saving for the Europa League. Does he fancy that more than the Premiership? You know, well, he's only rested him because of the game Thursday. You know, the Premier League's the bread and butter. You know, if we get as far or whatever in the Europa League, then fine. I want to win it. But for me, the Premier League's the bread and butter. So play him on Saturday and leave him out Thursday. Wednesday, sorry. I just didn't get on that. But Garnacho, I'd start them both. But then you've got Amadou's playing. That's an hard one.
That's why I said
it's an hard one. It's only going forward, apart from the full-backs, we've got that many players, he don't know who to pick, mate.
Well, we don't.
Well,
we don't. Well, he's there and he doesn't know. And that's the thing. This team has got a long way to progress. And it will have its highs, it will have its lows. And I think that's what we've got to understand. And I go back to the earlier conversation we had. I think me and you are accepting, quite happy to wait till 2028 and watch this team build. Because it is a young side, Webby. It is a young squad. And Ten Hag says that. This is a young squad. But we believe in him. That's a good sign. So it's not just Eric Ten Hag. We go back to Berrada. We've talked about him before. All the people what have been brought in believe this is the right way to go, Webby.
No, you're right. Like saying 2028 is a long time. You know, 5 minutes in football's a long time.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Will the manager be around that time? You just never know what's around the corner, not just at this football club, football in general.
Yeah.
You know, but like I say, it's a young team, it's got to develop, but what it is, because it's Manchester United, the press and other people won't give us that time.
Yeah.
They'll just jump on us after a bad performance, you know what I mean? You've got to look at the ages of some of the players. You know, they're still very young.
Yeah.
Inexperienced, you know, playing in the Premier League. So, you know, we've got to give them time.
Yeah, the question is, can we win the Premier League with Rashford and Bruno in it? Is their time up? Are they just geared now to working with younger players and targeting 2028 to challenge and win the trophy, what everybody wants? Bruno and Rashford, for me, they're there in the team and they're there to bring people through. Just like you, Luke Shaw, the older players there, they're there to guide these youngsters through. That's how I see it. And I think Berrada's actually saying that.
Yeah, you know, you need that experience in and around the team, in and around the dressing rooms. You know, I'm a big fan of Luke Shaw. just pity that he's not fit enough, you know. We will look a lot better defensively, a lot better balance when he's in the team, you know. But he's never in the team, Tony. You know, we can't rely on
getting the season out of it.
We can't. I know he had that bad injury. Yeah. I was there that night. It was terrible.
I was.
You know, he's come back, you know, and he's... But what's got me, he shouldn't have gone anywhere near that Euros. He should have had the summer off, feet up, at home, relaxing, instead of being with England. What did he... You know, he come on in the semi-final and played the final. And it didn't shock me when he come back and said he was injured. Then you heard he's injured again. He's not back till November. Will it be November? You know, he last played at Luton away for us.
February.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Says it all. You know, you can't rely on these people. You know, that's why I can't believe the club never got a left-back. You know, a left-sided player. Because when we had the injuries, we got Reggie on. Obviously, he was okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, just to get someone there to look balanced, because, you know, I think Delo's come on a hell of a lot. You know, since we sent him on loan to Milan.
Yeah.
But he's not a left-back.
He's not a left-back.
He's a right-back. He plays for his country at right-back.
I don't think this run of games at left-back for Delo is actually doing him any favours, Webby. I don't think he's fitting in to what is required, and that's working with the winger, whether it's Garnacho, whether it's Rashford. He seems to me...
You need those combinations like years back ago with Gary Neville, Beckham.
Yeah.
You know, people, Evra, Ryan Giggs. You know, they get to understand the game. I'm not going to say they're going to play every game, but we know now who our fullbacks are for next Sunday at Villa, barring any injuries. We know he's going to play there because we've got no one else. The young kid who was on tour...
Yeah, Malacia.
No, the young kid, is it? He was on tour in America. Amas. Where's he gone?
Yeah, where is he gone?
There was talk of him playing in the Charity Shield.
Well, that was
no one's seen it. No one's seen out of him. And I thought he did well.
But that was funny. You bring it up, Amas, and talk of him playing in the Charity Shield. Apparently, from what I've heard, he was put down as though he was going to be played, but he was sent back to the hotel. From that moment onwards, Webby, we've not heard a thing. So, you know, weird, isn't it?
Yeah, very weird. Because I thought he did well on the tour.
Yeah,
I did okay for a young kid. I thought he'd come in and he stepped to the mark, and I thought, well, it's not ideal, but we've got a left-sided player there. And then, and like saying, he's just disappeared.
That problem's got to be solved, though, Webby. If we're gonna play well, if we're gonna get anything out of football, winning a cup or even getting in the top four, that's got to be sorted 100%, as I see it, in January, surely.
Well, hopefully we'll have them two back then in it, but you can't rely on the two of them. He's proved that now.
No.
You know, injuries, you know what I mean? No, it's one of those things, whether you get a little niggle or a bad one. But to have two out at the same time shocked me that we never went into the market. But something like saying if
United, Webby.
If we come this January and they're in and out, that's the priority to get a top left back. Because there's a few about.
Yeah.
I like the kid Chilwell who can't get a game at Chelsea. You know, I think they'd be looking...
Just someone to put in there.
Yeah. So we look balanced.
Yeah.
You know, listen, a right-sided player can play. Dennis Irwin was mint.
Yeah.
Was absolutely mint. You get away. If you had Dennis Irwin knocking about, then we'd have him in. But there's not, unfortunately.
There's few and far between players.
Right, but we need to get someone in if they're not right by January. You know, we need that. We need the balance, you know what I mean? And we've not got it at the moment. And like saying, Delo, I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I do. Listen, we've just had a general chit-chat. Try to catch up with the news, get Webby's views on it. Thanks for watching. Listen, press that like button. It's much appreciated. And get your comments in. And we'll be back straight after the match against Tottenham with a win. Won't we, Webby?
Be nice.